Hey y'all, my name is Jessie and welcome to the Two Sticks and String podcast. So nice to see you. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Glad to have you aboard. And if you are a returning viewer, hiya, welcome back. Willkommen. If you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on Ravelry as Armywifeknitlife, Instagram as Armywifeknitlife, or Armywifeknitlife D-Stash. We also have a Ravelry group called the Two Sticks and String. Just look for Patrol of the Owl. You see him at the beginning of every episode, and you'll know you're in the right place. Okay, if you are new and you don't know what this is a podcast all about knitting, crochet, sometimes cross-stitch, cats, and K-pop. These are the things that I love in my life. So, if any of that is of interest to you, please come and stay along, join us. I know I'm not for everybody, and that is perfectly okay. And if you want to leave, that's fine too. I hope you find what you're looking for. There are so many options on YouTube now that it is not a problem to find someone that is just perfect for what you need. So take advantage, enjoy it. Okay, we ready for some announcements? First off, I am participating in my friend Deborah, Diary of a Physicist Farm Gal. I am participating in her Mindful Make-Along, which starts on October 1st and ends on April 1st of next year. So, this is a 6-month make-along. I want to invite you guys to join me too and join Deborah because it's her thing, not mine, it's hers. But the point of it is to use things from your stash, patterns and yarn, fiber, cross-stitch, fabric, whatever it is, whatever craft you choose to do. Don't buy anything for it. Use what you have. Be mindful with what you have and mindful with your purchases. This is something that I am really working on this year because I have so much yarn and I need to get it down for a stash for my comfortability because there's nothing wrong with having a big stash. But I'm at the point where I'm a little overwhelmed with how much I have and how much space it takes up in my home. And we're hopefully moving soon, and who knows where that's going to be. Well, not soon. We have at least another year, possibly another 1.5 to 2 years here. But after that, we would be moving, and who knows, we want to go back overseas. They don't have a lot of storage space, so yarn stash has to shrink a little bit. So I'm trying really hard and being mindful with my purchases so that everything that I am buying has a purpose or is flexible. I try really hard to only buy for a project, or if I'm at a yarn store with a friend and I feel I need to buy something, or I'm at a yarn crawl, I try and get something that's like a solid color because I have so many beautiful variegated yarns in my stash, but I don't always have enough something to pair with it. So if I get a solid color, I can generally make something pretty nice with those two things. I'm also trying really hard to use scraps this year or leftover yarn, and you'll see that in a minute how I've been doing that. So with that said, please join us. Go to her channel on YouTube to find out all of the specifics, where to post things, and just participate. It's really fun, I promise. We've been talking about it for a little while on our Zoom chats, and it's just, I'm excited to do it and reinvigorate my love for using what I have and being cognizant of what I'm bringing in. I've been watching a lot of beauty YouTube lately, so a lot of makeup, and they have this project called Project Pan. And what it is that people that have an abundance of makeup use specific products until they hit pan or they hit the bottom so they can see the bottom of the packaging. Sometimes it's just to use the entire thing. It depends on what they're going for. And you realize how long it takes to go through the items that you own. And so, like with yarn, it doesn't really matter too much how long it's been sitting there unless it's caked up and it's stretched, because then it'll lose its elasticity. But especially for makeup, if you have 5 foundations and it takes you 1.5 to work through a bottle, foundation has an expiration date. All makeup has an expiration date. And can you realistically use it? Are you bringing in more than what you can realistically, safely use? And that's what being mindful is about. So I am really all about being mindful with my purchases right now. Okay, with that noted, Color Your Stash is going on. Use hashtag Color Your Stash 2022 on Instagram and go into the Ravelry thread, which is my make along for the year. You can win some awesome prizes. This time, since we're at the end of the third quarter, in a week, I will be drawing prizes, one from the Instagram thread, one from the Ravelry thread, and it will be a pattern prize of that person's choice, up to $8. If you are using and winning something and you don't knit or crochet, that's perfectly fine. If you find a floss you want online, I will get that floss and have it shipped to you. Not a problem. So I want you guys to participate with whatever craft you have going on. It doesn't just have to be knitting and crocheting. It can be spinning. It can be cross stitch, because I also like to cross stitch. It can be sewing. It can be quilting, paper quilling. I don't care. I want you to use what you have. This month's color was gray. I'm double checking. Nope, it was brown. August was gray. School's been kicking my behind. But next week starts October, and the color will be orange. I know, predictable, right? But it's the perfect time, because think about it. Yes, there's Halloween, but it's the fall. And have you guys seen fall leaves? Orange and yellow and brown. They're all beautiful. And don't forget red too. It's all stunning and gorgeous, and therefore orange is the color. So if you finish an entry, that'll be 2. If you finish a project with that color featured, you will get 2 entries for the prizes. And if you just are working on it and post it throughout as you're working in progress, it's a point per picture. So please spam the hashtag. I don't mind. I love it. And if you are super creative or kooky with how you fit in your color, bonus points. Bonus points. Okay. With that, that's all my announcements. So let's get to some foes. It's been a month since I've seen y'all, so naturally I have some things. Not as many as I used to have, because now that school is going on, I don't have time to knit as much as I used to, so things have changed a little bit, which is why it's been a whole month since you've seen me last, because last time I hadn't even started school yet. So, okay, we'll get into that in life stuff. First off, funnily enough, this is actually for school. I am taking a math course right now, and we have to do a project, and we had to pick an article from this website, and it teaches us about something around the world and how math is used throughout the world in this. And so the article I picked was based in Finland, and it's on Reindeer Games, and we had to do something that was representative of the project. So I knit the Reindeer Games hat from Bad Wolf Designs. The designer also is known as Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, and she also does yarn. So this is her hat design. The main color is Malabrigo Rios in Illusion, and the reindeer are Juniper Moon Patagonia Organic Merino DK, and it's held double. This yarn for the reindeer is actually leftover from my Kato cowl at the beginning of this year. So points for using leftover scraps. And I do still have more, but you know what? It's a little more used in something nice. And it is a beautiful hat. Look at this color though. This is washing it out a little bit. It's making it look a little more gray than it is. It's definitely more brown, but it is just a beautiful, beautiful color. And of course, it's me. Of course I need to weave in an end. Would we expect anything less? Okay. I didn't want to get your hopes up that I'd magically changed. No, that has not happened. My other project that is like a big finish that you've actually seen this one before is my Ripple Camisole from Jessie May Designs. If you want to see this being worn, you can go to my Ravelry page and look at my projects, because I'm not trying it on right now, but it does fit beautifully. And it looks long, but I like my camisoles longer. I have a longer torso too, so it looks a little long, but when you wear ribbing, it gets shorter. This yarn is Singularity in Hawari Bazaar, my friend Corinne's Nova fingering base. So it's a 75-25, and it's a beautiful color. And this project marker is currently notating what is the front because I still need to block it. And that is also one of her stitch markers. It glitters. It's Chimmy. It's BTS. Duh. Because I love BTS. If you guys don't know this by now, new viewers, you are forgiven if you don't know this about me, but returning viewers, you know I love BTS. But this is a BTS colorway because it is one of the members, Kim Taeyong. His stage name is V. It is one of his solo songs, and I felt it appropriate that Chimmy be on here because Chimmy is his best friend Jimin's character that he created for BT21. And I have another one down here. That's just the BTS symbol. I did have Tata on here, which is the one that V created, but he has since come off because I didn't need him anymore. But this was a super easy design from Jessie May Designs, and I love all of her projects, really. I want to make another one. I don't know when I will. I have other things I need to get to on my list first, but I need more of these and more bralettes because they're so comfortable, so simple, perfect to work on. And they're the perfect layering piece too. Because like right now, I knit this because I love my Boxy by Joji Locatelli. It's actually knit in this yarn. So this is more leftovers because I had 3 skeins left over. I used 2 and a little bit extra of my leftovers. So I do still have a little bit. I'm going to make a twisted headband, I think, with it though. But I knit this because I love my Boxy, but sometimes I feel like it's just a little too loose and revealing up at the top. So this gives me a little more coverage for myself underneath. Okay. I don't have too much more, I promise. I have 2 more finish objects and a hoe and some stash and life updates. But anyways, this is my DVD socks for September. I had to think of what month I'm in. But these sock blockers are from Milan Yedro on Etsy. She always makes beautiful, beautiful sock blockers. Stunning. They have my name on them and the size. But this yarn is, as I said, Desert Vista Dye Works in her Zeon base, which is her sparkle, because I always love a little extra sparkle. There is a phrase that runs very common in my household, and it is a girl's favorite color is shiny. Sparkly counts as shiny. I'm not picky on my shiny. But this is the Riverdale colorway, and you can see the sparkle there. And I absolutely adore these socks. That's simple. They're for my friend Alicia for Christmas. Or Thanksgiving. Whenever I see her next, she will get them. They're not holiday specific other than this pair for her, but that's because the yarn is. Alright, this is Alex Workshop Design Sock Blockers. It's just hearts all the way down, but the yarn is from Nomadic Yarns, and it is Letters to Santa for the stripes. And you can see how sparkly it is. My heel and cuff are from Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in the Fedora colorway. Because I was using leftovers here again, just like I used leftovers on my Riverdale socks because I've already knit a pair out of these before for other people. As I said, I'm trying really hard to use up the yarn that I have and use my scraps because 50 grams is enough to make something. So I made socks. As I said, Nomadic Yarns, Sparkle, Letters to Santa, also for Alicia. She'll get them whenever I see her next. Okay, that's all of my finished objects. I do have a hoe though. Here's my hoe. This is the Knitting Left sock blocker that was custom made for me by them as a Christmas present from Melissa of Honeybee Knits. She no longer podcasts or dyes, but she is still active on Instagram and she is fantastic. This is the yarn jar in their Nessie colorway. Heel and cuff are Knit Picks Stroll Fingering in Blue Topaz. It's not the perfect match, but I figure it's close enough because I didn't want to put black with it. I just thought it would take away from the brightness. So this is it. I knit all of my socks the same, you guys. I knit toe up 27 stitches on each needle. I do a fish lips kiss heel and then a short little cuff, 3 inches minimum, well, 3-inch minimum leg and cuff combined depending. And then I just knit until I feel like it. Or in this case, I add 10 rows of ribbing with 1 row of stockinette first, so you don't get the ugly problems when you start making. So as I said, it's a hoe. That's just the one done. I have cast on its mate. I cast these on because I am teaching one of my new friends from the area how to knit socks, and it's only her second project ever. She has knit a hat before, but that is it. She had taken a class to learn how to knit socks when she was in school, but she had made a mistake and she couldn't fix it. So she got frustrated and just put it all away for a while. And now I'm teaching her. So I'm teaching her with this one because it's easy enough. I can put it up and down, not a problem. And we've mastered knitting toes together. So now her homework assignment is to get all the way to the heel so I can then teach her how to do a fish lips kiss heel. We made a cardboard foot and everything already for her. So I'm really excited about it. She's having a good time, I think, and I'm having a good time. I'm learning how to teach it. So I'm really enjoying it. Okay, that's it for projects, y'all. I do have a little bit of stash. It's not much, I promise. But we have our stash box. Yeah. I'm chaotic. We know this, y'all. We know. On that note of teaching my friend how to knit socks, I had let her use a pair of Knit Picks. I think they're Majestic needles, the purple ones. And they're sock needles, of course. And they were a size 1. And I said, you might want to try this one first because wood has more grip to it than a metal needle does when you're starting to learn, so that stitches don't fly off as easily. We did fine just through the lesson, and then that night she messaged me and she said, I'm so sorry, I broke your needle. I said, okay, not a problem. I have 1,000 sock needles. Don't worry about it. And she said, no, I need to replace it for you. It's the only way I'll feel better about it, so please let me replace it. And I said, okay, that's fine. And so she bought me some Addi sock rockets. I've actually never used Addi turbos before. I have used Addis like when I'm helping a friend or something, but I've never used them on my own projects. I'm normally a ChowGoo or a Carbons girl, but I've been wanting to try Addis, so I have Addis. Yay! I also have, we'll get to this in a second. We are slowly digging out from in here. There we go. Okay. I have been working, well, I haven't been working on it since I showed it to you, my sea glass pullover tee. And I finally gave in and grabbed these. Please don't look at my nails. They're a mess and need to get taken off. These are yarn guides because it's 1x1 color work through the entire sweater. And I was starting to get like a sore spot in my finger from pushing the needle all the time and dealing with the tension. So I figured these might help. I have pulled out one to start using. It's going to be a learning curve, y'all. I will get there, but it's just slow moving. Another yarn acquisition is, I did not buy this. I would like it noted. This is prize yarn for Desert Vista Dye Works when I completed my 6 months on time. So you get to pick yarn skein of your choice at that point. And I grabbed Ruby in the Zeon base, which of course means it sparkles. You can kind of see it through the packaging. Sorry, y'all, I'm not taking it out of the package because it's just easier to protect it that way. The other thing is I went to Sam's Club not too terribly long ago because I needed to get my tires changed. And it is dangerous to walk through Sam's when you have a bunch of time to kill and a little extra fun money for the month, because I had to buy something when I saw it and I'm trying to get the price tag off of it. as we speak. This is not very professional of me, but I never claimed to be a professional podcaster, so sorry. All right, that's as close as it's going to get. I at least have the big numbers off, and I'll cover it. This is the unofficial Hocus Pocus cross-stitch book. And I can show you the back because these are finished ones. I adore these. The Amuck, Amuck, Amuck. It's just a bunch of hocus pocus. And I'll put a spell on you. I Put a Spell on You is honestly probably my favorite and the reason I bought the book. But it has 25 different patterns that are all hocus pocus Halloween-y related. So I'm really excited. I know I'm not really focusing on cross stitch right now, just because I have so much knitting stuff to get through. But I'm really excited about it because I love Hocus Pocus. It is one of my absolute favorite movies at this time of year. They have book, and they even put the emphasis on it. Book! Did you guys really expect me to not do that? Really? Or broom parking? Look at the vacuum! I love it. I love it so much. I'll show you guys one more. Not that one. Oh, look! Another glorious morning. Makes me sick. And yeah, so no patterns are showing, just finished and mock-ups. Okay. Now for the one that I was going to show you that I didn't hide it, but it involves more talking. You'll see 3, count them, 1, 2, 3 skeins in here. I have 9 of these in total. Somehow I forgot to buy the other 3 that I needed. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So it's going to have to wait until April 2nd for me to buy. But it's not a problem because I'll tell you why. Ooh, that rhymed. This is for the Adventurous from Joji Locatelli. I told y'all about last time, and I called Tyra out saying she's going to knit it with Deborah and I. I've bought my yarn. I do still need, as I said, 3 more skeins of it, but it came in. It's just Big Twist in gray. I got it on super sale at Joann's because it's super affordable, and it's going to be a cardigan that I'm hopefully going to wear pretty often, and I want it to be able to be washed, and I don't want to deal with trying to block a long, like duster length cardigan with cables. So washing machine and dryer machine friendly is a must. Okay, that's it for my stash. Put those there because I've been wanting to try them out. That leaves us 2 life updates. Okay, it's been a month since I've seen y'all because I started school, as I told y'all last episode, and I'm loving it. I'm doing a decent job. I'm feeling confident in my classes. They just take up a lot of time. And so I haven't had as much knitting time as I would like, or that I used to have, which means I have to be a little more choosy on my projects that I'm working on, and things that I've wanted to work on for a little while just aren't happening right now. I don't have the brain space to track things. I need mindless knitting patterns. And I said that in the last episode too. And then I realized about a week and a half later, I had asked for y'all to give me your mindless patterns that you love. But I didn't have comments turned on the episode. So please, if you have any to think of, please put them in the comments this time. I would really like to see them. I am mostly probably going to be doing little knits for a while, like hats, headbands, socks. But we all know that I'm getting a little burnt out on socks. Cowls, or just a simple raglan sweater that you love that is size inclusive would be great. I would appreciate it. With that, also, I had set my project goal for the year before I knew I was going to start school at 50 finished objects for the year. Not gonna happen, I don't think. So I lowered the goal to 30, which hurt a little bit. So I'm going to tell you really quickly where I'm at on that goal so far. It just takes a minute to load on Ravelry. I said I wanted to complete 35 projects, to be specific, and I have completed 28 so far, so that's how I knew that 50 was just unattainable. And I don't like to have unattainable goals. 35 still feels a little out of reach, but it's a little bit more attainable than adding 22 projects by the end of the year. Not reasonable. Adding like 7, I can do. So I'm 80% of the way done. I'm really enjoying my classes. I'm making a few friends, and it seems a little crazy to be starting this early in the year, but I have my advising appointment for next semester tomorrow. And if I thought I don't have time now, I have made my own little tentative schedule, and I'm only taking like 13 credit hours right now. It's going to be, if I get what I want, it's going to be a 19 credit hour load, which means I will need approval for it to happen. I have plans to take a Intro to Religion class, Stuart and Tudor Britain class, and also a Civil Rights Movement class to meet my Gen Ed requirement for philosophy or religion, get started on some of my major courses in the history department, start my minor in sociology with a pop culture class, and then I do still have a few more Gen Eds I need to meet. So library studies, I need to do physical science, and I need one more PE credit. And that one PE credit is what puts me at 19 instead of 18. And it's just fitness walking, and it's online, meaning not that I sit there and pretend to walk on the computer, but I'll have an app on my phone that tracks my steps, and I have to get a minimum each week in order to pass, is how it's been explained to me. If I'm not allowed to do that, that's perfectly fine. I do know which class I will drop, and it will make me very sad to drop it. It'll be my pop culture class in sociology, which is only offered an odd number of years in the spring, so I won't have a chance to take it again. But with the way that they've changed the schedule a little bit, so that you only have, all classes are 2 days a week instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Tuesday, Thursday. You'll have Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Wednesday, Friday. And so the way I have my schedule set up is that my first 3 classes, the ones I told you about, the 2 history and my intro to religion, are all on Tuesday, Thursday. My pop culture is set for Wednesday, Friday. It would be the only class I have on Wednesday, Friday. The other classes, my physical science, my library science, and my PE, would be online. So I wouldn't have to go into school Monday, Wednesday, Friday if I drop the pop culture class. So it saves on gas. There's a lot of reasons I would be sad to not take it, but if that's how I have to make it work, that's how I have to make it work. It is for my minor, so it's not necessarily a required course that I take right now. It's just, it helps me along a little faster. The reason I am taking so many, though, is because I've discussed it before that my hubby is going to be on a field trip, and it's going to be for a while. So I want to stay busy and distracted through it all. And this is a great way for me to do it, and it still leaves me productive at the end and will get me closer to my goals as well. So I don't mind it. It's going to be a little bit, and I think that most of the classes I'm signing up for, they seem like they wouldn't be too labor intensive, but I don't know. And it's not like I'll have to worry about anyone else other than me and the cats while he's on his field trip. So I figure, why not? Go for it. So that's another thing that's happening. I am planning on going to my parents over the break as well, just because his field trip would start in November, and he does not want me to be alone for 3 weeks plus while he's gone over the holidays. So we have a lot of stuff in the works. Nothing is finite, but the other big life update, you might see a little bit of it right here, is I got my hair dyed. I have fun colored hair again. It's been a while since I've had it dyed. So I have some purple, some pink, some teal, and a little bit of gray. It's kind of hard to see. It's like, they're very small sections and they're like right where my hair can't be seen. But I love it as like this because it can be hidden for the most part. Or I can bring it up and show it off, which I can't turn around and show y'all, but you get the idea I'm going for, right? Okay. That is all of my life updates. I am really excited to see where the rest of the semester goes. This is probably going to be, I should be able to record. I have fall break coming up in like 2 to 3 weeks. I plan to record over that time frame, and I will at least post on Instagram who winners are. If not, I'll do a short video on here announcing just winners for Color Your Stash Q3 prizes. So until I see you again, do what makes your heart sing. For me, it's 2, 6, and string. See ya.